This is the iPad Air, third generation review. This is the third generation iPad Air review, so I've been using this for about a year now, and it's actually pretty good. Like, really big, giant 10.5 inch display. This has really good color accuracy, good LCD panel, great battery life, 10 hours. And I just, it's a pretty good iPad, and I would recommend you to get it. And like a cheaper iPad Air, unless you don't want to spend like a lot of money, which on the iPad Air 4, I understand that. It is a pretty good iPad overall, even though it's not the latest anymore. It's still a good iPad. It has the A12 Bionic chip, 3 GB of RAM, and a 7 megapixel camera at the front. This is 7 megapixels, and has an 8 megapixel rear facing camera, which you can take. The shots on it obviously are not great. The highest I can record in it is HD 30 or 1080 30. It's not great, but it does a job. I'll show you a picture on it. I'm now recording on the iPad Air 3. This is the microphone test. So as you can see here, this is recording in 1080p 30. And this is just my room. Nothing really else to see here. My phone here. So yeah, that's just the video test and microphone test. It's very zoomed in. It's the first thing I've noticed, since it has an f/4 aperture, which makes it quite in. So that's just the video test and microphone test. It's very zoomed in. It's the first thing I've noticed, since it has an f/4 aperture, which makes it quite zoomed in. So that's the test. So when it comes to microphones, it has obviously has a microphone here, here, and another microphone here, very small, and also has a home button, glass, same clicky home button, which is kind of strange. It's fast. I definitely have to say. Well, not actually focused. It is fast, but the new iPad Air has Touch ID here, which I think is pretty even cooler. You just go like this, boom, and you're in. With a Touch ID, power button. So it has 2 stereo speakers here, and a lightning port. That's another downside. It means this does not support Apple Pencil 2. Only the iPad Air 4th generation does. Still stuck with the old 1st generation. It has dual stereo speakers for here and here, but unfortunately it's only on one side the stereo comes out of. It means that basically there's no speaker. The only sound coming out of this is here and here. So sound's blasting out here, but nothing's coming out here. So it's quite bad in terms. Oh, well, that's an ad. You can see that there. I don't want to get copy striked here. I need to be careful. There's a microphone test. Sorry, speaker test. You see it's only coming out here. It's only coming out of here and here. There's nothing out here, as you can hear. See, there's nothing coming out of here, so that's another downside. But I don't think it's a big deal, considering if you don't use your iPad that much. It might not annoy you that maybe it's person. It's just really a static thing, really. It has 3 GB of RAM. The latest one has 4 GB. And I would love to do a comparison between this and the other iPad mini, iPad Air that I'm getting, but unfortunately I'm trading this one in probably next week or so. So this is why I'm doing a final review, because it's the last time I'm going to have this since I'm trading it in. It has a headphone jack here, which the new one doesn't have, which is probably a bit of bonus there. It has a headphone jack. It's more of a thing. I don't think headphone jacks have never bothered me, the fact that Apple devices don't have them. Since I've AirPods, I don't really use it as it is. And it has a 10.5 inch display. Battery life probably is about the same on this as the new one. as it's always been a standard 10 hours. Also has 60 hertz, which isn't as fluid as 120 hertz, but I think it gets the job done for most people. I mean, not everybody cares about 120 hertz. You know, it still definitely gets the job done, just a little bit laggy, that's all. The new iPad Air, unfortunately, has not changed. It's still 60 hertz, but, you know, it's really, you'd have to, unfortunately, go with the Pro to get 120 hertz, because that's seen as a Pro feature. You see kind of a lag there. The 120 hertz does not have that. So I'm wondering, is there anything else to talk about here? So it comes with this here smart keyboard. As you can see, it's the iPad Air generation one. And as you can see, it connects to the smart keyboard through these pins, and then you kind of just hook it up like this. I don't really use the smart keyboard that much, and I probably wouldn't be getting a smart keyboard or magic keyboard from the new one because I don't really use it. Lag there. And you can see, go into something. It never works. That's a problem. It does have nice keys, though. I just don't find it works that well because it's got quite a bad connection point to it. So let's get rid of that. It's really focusing off. So yeah, you can also do this. But yeah, I still think this is a very affordable iPad. I don't know, Argos, eBay, or something like that. You know, more deals if you don't want to spend that, since it will be cheaper now. Instead of it being 400 and something, it might be like 400 or 380 now for it. Instead of the iPad Air's 500 and something, 60 something price tag, and then 730 fine, you know, for 256 gigabyte. This is the standard 64 gigabyte here. As you can see, there it is. As you can see, within 64 gigabyte, and I only have 6 gigabytes available. So yeah, that's why I go for 256. If you get this, I would go for 256 or 128, whatever the next storage option is, since this one 64 just isn't really enough for me at this era anymore. But you know, maybe you would. Maybe this is a personal thing. You know, not everyone will go through 64, but yeah, I always just get the extra storage there just to make sure. Nothing else to say. As said, this one contains the A12 Bionic from 2018, while this next iPad Air 4 contains the A14 Bionic, which is the latest one, which is in the iPhone 12 and 12 Pros. Yeah, I think that's it. This is my final review, so I'll never see this iPad again, but, you know, thanks for watching. If you still get this iPad, you know, tell me, and, you know, just to let me know that you've got it and stuff, and you're going to get this one, and, or if you're going to get a newer one, tell me as well, because I'd like to know your, views and stuff in the comments. So, thank you for watching. This is the last iPad Air 3 review, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.